Hello everyone and welcome to the Sadir Dance Podcast. I'm Jeetendra Hirschfeld. In today's episode, I'll explore the life of Chimna Bāi, the 19th century Mahārāṇī of Baroda. She was the adopted daughter of Princess Vijaya Mohana Muktamba of Tanjore. Between 2006 and 2015, I published my research on the lives and times of Princess Vijaya Mohana Muktamba and her daughters, the only in-depth study ever conducted on them. If you would like to read the full essays, links are provided in the description. To stay updated on upcoming episodes, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Before I begin, throughout this episode, I refer to places by their colonial era names to align with historical primary sources. However, in some instances, I'll refer to them by their present-day names. While there has been extensive research on the history of the Maratha kings of Tanjore, who ruled from 1674 to 1855, the lives of the royal women have been largely overlooked. This is partly due to the limited archival documentation of their lives and experiences. However, during the mid-1990s, while researching the remarkable 19th century dancer Tanjore Jnana, I stumbled upon an intriguing figure, the Tanjore princess Vijaya Mohana Muktamba. The princess was a woman of historical importance, though she has remained largely unrecognized. Born in 1845, the princess was the youngest daughter of the last Maharaja of Tanjore, Shivaji, and his principal queen, Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi. She was also the granddaughter of the illustrious Maharaja Serfoji, who left a remarkable legacy in dance and music that continues to endure nearly 200 years after his lifetime. I have explored the life and times of Princess Vijaya Mohana Muktamba in 2 upcoming episodes of the podcast. In February 1860, Princess Vijaya Mohana married Raja Sakharam Rao. In December of the same year, she gave birth to a son. Over the next couple of years, she also had 2 daughters. But tragically, all 3 of her children passed away in infancy. A few years later, showing immense compassion, the princess adopted 3 orphaned nieces of her husband from a related noble family in Kolhapur. These were Lakshmi Bai, Setu Bai, and Meenam Bai. In 1880, Princess Vijaya Mohana took on a pivotal role in arranging the marriage of her eldest adopted daughter, Lakshmi Bai, to the Maharaja of Baroda, Sayaji Rao. Details about Lakshmi Bai's early life at the Tanjore fort are scarce. Born in 1864, her adoptive mother ensured she received an excellent education. Lakshmi was privately educated in history and the languages Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, and Persian, and she became proficient in reading, writing, and speaking English. Additionally, she was skilled in playing the veena and trained in Sadir, possibly under the guidance of Nattuvanar Mahadevan, the son of Shivanandam of the renowned Tanjore Quartet. This photograph captures Lakshmi Bai when she was around 12 years old, taken at the Delhi Darbar. Colin Mori of Bourne and Shepherd photographed Lakshmi likely on Friday, the 29th of December 1876, just a few days before the Delhi Darbar, which took place on the 1st of January 1877. The Delhi Darbar was held to publicly announce to the royals of India Queen Victoria's assumption of the title Empress of India. Hundreds of royals, nobles, British officials, and representatives from foreign countries travelled to Delhi. They camped in royal tents and pavilions. Princess Vijaya Mohana and her family were given accommodation in a designated camp. Two years later, in 1879, Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi of Baroda was searching for a suitable bride for her young son, Sayaji Rao, the Maharaja of Baroda. Despite considering numerous potential candidates, none met the Maharani's expectations. That is, until a young girl from the princely house of Tanjore, Chimna Bāi, caught her eye. It is not surprising that Lakshmi met the expectations of her future mother-in-law, as Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi and Princess Vijaya Mohana had already formed a connection 2 years earlier at the Delhi Darbar of 1877. During the proclamation proceedings, they sat together in a reserved area, screened off by a muslin curtain, where they became friendly. This friendship between the Mahārāṇī of Baroda and the Tanjore princess paved the way for the marriage of their children. On the 6th of January 1880, Chimna Bāi married the Maharaja of Baroda. After her marriage, Chimna Bāi assumed the title of Her Highness Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi of Baroda. The marriage blessed them with 2 daughters and a son. Princess Vijaya Mohana was reunited with her daughter, now Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi, likely for the last time in December of 1881, when she visited Baroda on the 28th of December during the formal accession to the throne of her son-in-law, Maharaja Sayajirao. Tragically, Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi's life was cut short. She passed away from tuberculosis on the 7th of May, 1885. Princess Vijaya Mohana's grandfather, Maharaja Serfoji, dedicated much of his reign to promoting culture and the arts. He appointed court poets, musicians, dance masters, and dancers. His most notable achievement was amassing a vast collection of manuscripts and books, now preserved at the Saraswati Mahal Library. This library is a treasure trove of knowledge, containing thousands of works on numerous subjects, including poetry, musical instruments, music, dance, architecture, astronomy, and medicine. Following her ancestors, Princess Vijaya Mohana upheld the tradition of palace darbars, inviting scholars, poets, musicians, and dancers long after the Tanjore kingdom came under British rule. Her efforts contributed to keeping the rich cultural traditions of Tanjore alive. After her daughter's marriage, Princess Vijaya Mohana sent a Tanjore Nautch troupe to Baroda as part of the dowry. Given that successive rulers of Tanjore were known for their patronage of dance and music, it's no surprise that the princess included a Nautch troupe in her daughter's dowry. When the princess sent the Nautch troupe to Baroda, they were tasked with introducing Tanjore to the kingdom and ensuring that her daughter remained connected to South Indian dance and music as she embarked on her new life there. The studio photo you see, taken by an unknown photographer, showcases the original Tanjore Nautch troupe, including notable figures such as dancers Gauri and Nagai, the Nattuvanar brothers Kannuswamy and Vadivelu, and Sabapati on the Mirdangam. This Tanjore Nautch troupe remained in Baroda, although the lineup changed over time with different dancers and musicians. This short archival film by British Patey showcases the early 20th century lineup of the Tanjore Nautch troupe seen dancing Alaripu in the garden of the Baroda Palace. This film was almost certainly shot on Wednesday, the 23rd of November 1921, when the Maharaja of Baroda, Sayajirao, organized a royal garden party to celebrate the visit of Prince Edward VIII, who later became King Edward. The party was attended by many royals and elites, and there was a variety of entertainment including wrestling, sword fighting, music and dancing. And so, Nautch, today known as Bharatanatyam, was introduced to the Baroda kingdom through the efforts of Tanjore Princess Vijaya Mohana Muktamba and her daughter Mahārāṇī Chimna Bāi, and continues to flourish in Baroda to this day. And that concludes this episode of the Sadir Dance Podcast. I'm your host, Jeetendra Hirschfeld. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Join us next time and goodbye for now.